Hey, my name is Chad, and I want to be a testimony for Dan and Ippei and their local lead gen group. I'm actually in the group. I've been in for about 3 years. So if I can say anything to you from someone that's in the group, succeeding with the group, that loves the group, and is happy with the group, if I can say anything to you is that Dan and Ippei are real. They're the real deal. Say after meeting them and knowing them and hanging out with them and winning with them in the program and grinding with them and working with the program, they are 100% in it to win it and they're here to stay, right? I always wondered like, oh, is Dan gonna like do this thing and then grow out of it or just move on out of it and just abandon us? And it's like I can look back and say like, no way, he's just grown this even bigger and better and made himself even more a part of it and actually made even something bigger and more powerful in the group itself. It's like, I mean, we're genuinely like a family. I mean, this group is amazing, right? So this and the thing about it is like if you're looking at making money online passively, this is got to be the best program method way to do it, okay? We're building assets here that pay us every single month without having to do anything after you've done the front end work, okay? This is not a get rich quick scheme. You don't want it to be, okay? Like you genuinely don't want it to be, okay? So this is the best way to do it. And in terms of like what Dan offers, Dan is the money coach, right? Dan used to play sports whenever he was younger, doesn't play sports anymore, but he says like money is the new sport. Okay, so whenever we're here and he's the coach, he's the money coach. Now, don't get me wrong, like money is not the only thing that matters in life, but when you're trying to make money, making money is the only thing that matters, right? So that's what he's here to do. He's here to win, right? And again, like he even says this too, like, look, money is not the most important thing. It's not everything in the world, but it's important. And it allows us to do those things that we actually want. You know, to have the time really is what it does. If we can have the time to spend with our family, with our friends, to have nice things, to go out to nice places, to have nice houses, to donate to your community, to help out in your community, in your church, etc. Right? So Dan is there for us 100%. So Ippei, he's like an SEO genius. He can rank. He's ranking sites and around the world, right, and nationally. And when that's super hard. Whenever we're doing this stuff like locally, it's really, really easy. Especially whenever I look back, it's like, gosh, this is so much easier um, than what I thought it was in the beginning, which is a good thing, right? And so, just what I can say as a genuine testimony for someone that's in already and succeeding and it's changing my life, and I'm so happy that I did it, is if you're thinking about it, if you want to make money online passively, do it. You know, whatever you've seen in Dan and Ipe, I'm sure that it's been good stuff, or you want them to be who they're perceived to be, or the good parts about what you hear and what they tell you about themselves or whatever. I can say yes, 100%. I mean, I've met Dan's wife. Dan's wife is super awesome, fun. Like they're for real. I mean, they're awesome people. So that's all I can say about them. I can vouch for them 100% genuinely with all my heart, putting my face on camera. So that's that for me. And that's what I can say about those guys. And I'm going to show you guys my first lead gen site that I built. Now, before I show you guys this, I just want to give a disclaimer that I'm not like a professional video maker. Just whenever I first started a couple years ago, I didn't even know how to do these screen recordings things. So just a disclaimer, I'm just showing you literally my first project that I made about 2.5 years ago that is still paying me every single month today. So it's kind of cool to look back at the first one that I ever made, because it was the one that I pretty much loved the most, right? It was honestly the most exciting going through the whole entire process. So let me just show you what it looks like and show you a little bit more about how it works and what it's doing for me. So for my first lead gen site, I decided to do an electrician. So I live in a town called Kaneohe in Hawaii, and so yeah, I think that electricians in Kaneohe is a good lead gen site to make, and so it made sense, and so I just did it, right? So if you ever need an electrician at your house, you're probably just gonna search for like electricians in Kaneohe, right? Into Google. That's what most people are going to do. And so what we're doing is here, we're building these properties to show up for these obvious keywords that people are going to search for, right? So whenever you search this or anyone searches this is what's going to pop up. And this is my listing right here that I made. And where's my website? It's right here. So it's below Yelp in this search. Sometimes it bounces back and forth between Yelp. But basically, that's the name of the game here is that I made a website. I don't have an electrical company. I'm not an electrician. But I can sure as heck make a website and optimize it for an electrical type search in a town in any city, right? So let me just show you like a completely opposite search would be Kaneohe electricians. Let's see what pops up there. So a totally different search, and again, my listing pops up right here, my website, darn it, Yelp, and let's just do one more. Licensed Kaneohe electricians. Okay, my website, my listing pops up there, and then there's my website, right? So whenever you show up here, you're gonna get a lot of clicks, right? Because this is the most obvious choice for someone to click on, and also here, right? So let's just take a look at what my website looks like. Now, again, this was my first one, and so it's probably my ugliest one that I ever made, right? But it's kind of cool to look back at it because now I can make websites that look way better, that are faster, and I can do them faster and rank them faster too. But yeah, this is basically what it is. It's not a glamorous website. It looks like a 10-year-old did it, and that's all it is. I mean, if you I look at this thing now, I'm just like, wow, this is so just like elementary level website. But that's the craziest thing about this is this thing gets a ton of calls. And that's the whole thing. We're not trying to make beautiful websites. Like this website right here gets calls. I didn't tally this up for the whole month, but if you go here, this is like Monday through Friday, right? So it dies down on the weekends. But here it gets all these calls, all these calls, all these calls, all these calls. So like on this day right here, on the 4th, it got 2 answered calls and then 3 missed calls. So that generated 7 calls. The next day, it had 3 answered calls and 4 missed calls. Now I have a paying client on this, so they're taking the calls directly, but I can listen to all the calls. Let's listen to one that came in yesterday.
Good morning, this is Edward.
Hi, Edward. My name is Tracy. I'm Yamoto calling. And I left a message earlier this morning. I wanted to find out if you folks would have time to come out to my home.
Anyways, so that's the thing. And here's also the cool thing about it is I can listen to all the calls because I own the number, right? And because I own the website and because I own this map listing. It's all mine. I don't have an electrical company, but I created this, right? And it gets a ton of calls. And so I don't really need those calls, but I found an electrician that would love to have all these calls coming right to him every single month, right? And that electrician that I've been working with for the past couple of years has been paying me $500 a month for these calls. And that's probably on the low end. I just got a lot of other projects going on, so I haven't tried to upsell him and charge him more, but I rightfully could because he's making a lot more money than what I'm charging him. But let me just show you, hopefully I don't show his information here, but here's just the past year, right? Every single month, I bill him $500 automatically, and it's auto billed to his credit card. So I literally just get notifications on my phone, at the first of every month, congratulations, you just got paid, right? I'm just cha-ching, right? So that's the beautiful thing about this is that we're creating assets really out of thin air. I don't have an electrical company, but I can sure as heck make a website that looks this easy, and trust me, I can make websites faster than this now and that look better, that rank, right? And the cool thing is with local SEO, search engine optimization, is we're only dealing with these other electricians. They're electricians, they don't know what they're doing, but with the skills that we've been taught in the training, we know exactly what to do, right? It's a computer algorithm. You just plug in the right numbers and it pops out up top. That's all it is. There's no favoritism in search engine results. It's just do the right things, do them right, do them well, and you rank. And that's the whole thing about this is that, like whenever I first started this, I had no idea how to make a website. I didn't even know what a domain is. I didn't know what a URL was. I didn't know what search engine optimization was, but I learned in the training. And honestly, like with the making websites, it's so freaking easy. You can literally just drag and drop all these components in here. You don't know how to code. Like I don't know how to code anything, but I can make a website really easy and really fast because now you have drag and drop website builders. So the whole thing that we're doing here with local lead gen is building assets. So imagine this one right here, right? That's paying me. Okay, this is also the coolest thing is like, yes, I had to build this, right? Yeah, I had to work hard to build this. It really wasn't that hard, but it took some effort. It just doesn't pop out of thin air. You had to make this stuff. But once it was done and once it ranked, it's always stayed ranking. I've literally never touched this in the past like year and a half. And I've had a paying client on this for 2 years, right? So once it ranked, found a client, found a customer, I went through one, he got sick, so I had to find another one, which was actually a good thing because I was able to charge a little bit more for the new client who I currently have. But I've literally never touched this in like a year and a half since I built it 2 years ago. That's the craziest thing about this. So imagine if you can build one of these, then you can build two of these, and three of these, and four of these, and five of these, and then you just go more and more and more. And these are assets that make you money. There's not a better way to make passive income than local lead gen with these sites. I promise. Like if you think about doing advertising, it takes so much monitoring and looking and checking every day. It's so stressful. Like literally, I found out one time that this guy didn't pay me for a month. I didn't even know because I have so many other clients that are paying me. Like I don't really care. Like I care, but he didn't pay me. I didn't even notice because I'm like killing it in other projects, right? So this is like hands off. So I don't know. That's my first project. If you're interested in getting into this, I highly recommend doing it. It's changed my life. It's changing my life. I'm so happy that I did it. 100% absolutely. So that's my first website. Hope that you got something out of it. So all right, that's it. Thanks.